folks, it's Dane here at JONAH Guitars once again. And I'm not doing this on purpose, but I wasn't going to turn the camera on, and it turned out to be an interesting job. Here we go. Just going to reposition things. So we have a brand new Squire Jazz Master. Had the stock pickups in it, and everything else about it is stock except for some of the wiring changes I made. Standard Jazz Master has a rhythm circuit up here that when you flip the switch one way or the other, it turns it to strictly neck pickup, and then you have two volume wheels here, and these two volume wheels are your volume and your tone. Okay, so this customer is trying to get a pretty much all-around guitar, and I think he may have done it. This is actually a really good idea. He got the JBE two-tone pickups. These are 6-wire pickups. So they split with, you got your, they wire like Seymour Duncan. So you have your regular red and white wire that would be your inside coils that you would tap if you wanted to ground those out to split to a single coil. These have 6, so you have a red and a white plus a red with a white stripe and a white with a black stripe. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that on here or not, but I'll just try to get that into the camera sort of where you can focus on that. Make you blurry. There you go. So you see you have 6 wires total. He also did not want a tone circuit. So these are volume for the neck, volume for the bridge. And the 3-way switch is normal now. It was normal before, as long as the rhythm circuit's out. So this is now a kill switch right here. So, and I wired it so that killing switch is down, so that if you're strumming like a maniac and you accidentally hit the switch, it's not going to kill it. You'd have to be strumming up and hit it to turn the guitar off. Then I got the identical switches here. I found these at StewMac. I could not find any full-size switches like this anywhere else. I was finding bags of mini switches, but they were way too small. And I took the bracket, the 90-degree bracket that the other volume pots screwed into and attached through these 2 screws right here on top the pick guard. I just soldered these switches onto that bracket, and it worked out really well. I had to sand the cases and sand the bracket to get the soldered head here. Anyway, these are actually your coil splits. So I have a coil split for each one of these things, and what it does is it drops the pickup to about half strength, but it doesn't do it by grounding out the coil, which makes a pop and that sort of thing usually. This does not, however, and it's not a series parallel switch either. I don't know exactly, I can't tell you how it works. It took me a while studying the diagram and looking at another book I have. Oh, I should show you that book. I just bought this book at the suggestion of T. Woodford. I mentioned him in a previous video, great guitar tech. This is a wiring book by Greg Hayes, or Jerry Hayes, excuse me. I'm reading this upside down, and I don't know the guy, so anyway. Jerry Hayes. It's a very, very complete book on wiring diagrams and the whole theory and everything behind all of that, so that's kind of handy. So anyway, back to this. We have the 2-tone pickups. We have volume knobs only, and they blend in the center, so you can back a volume knob off, and just like any other thing there, it'll actually kill the whole thing if you go all the way down, but as soon as you crack it back up, you've got volume. So what he was interested in being able to do was have his neck pickup on and pull some bridge out of it, so you'd get some bridge but not a lot of bridge in with the neck pickup. So that works out just fine. I replaced these pots that were original. I took all the original stuff out except for this rhythm circuit switch here, and then the 3-way. So that's all original. So and I left the output jack. Anyway, what else was I going to tell you? I put a bit of a neck shim in here because it's designed Well, it's too flat. If you leave it, you don't get enough height on your bridge to get any real good down pressure on here, and it doesn't return to tune as well either. But let's see how high that is. It looks a little high. You could go somewhere between what I've got. What I use for neck shim is this drywall screen stuff, sanding screen. A bigger piece over here, and this mics that at about 30 thousandths. Now and also it's going to embed into the wood a little bit, so it's probably more like 25 thousandths, maybe a little less. But anyway, it puts a lot more break angle over your bridge when you do that, and so that's better. Period. The other thing is if you have a neck that tends to, if you're having problems keeping your neck and your string aligned because it's not tight enough, if you need a shim, use a piece of that screen because it will help lock that neck into position, because it's sandy. So let me plug this in. One thing I couldn't tell when I was wiring it was how much let me get my thoughts straight here. I couldn't tell from tapping which position the switches were in. That they seemed just as loud when I tapped one magnet to the next, one bar to the next, and so it's kind of hard to tell. But the way it ended up was that in the forward position, they're humbucking, and in the back position, they're single coilish, and they actually. I'll just do the neck one for now. Okay, so there's the kill switch. So you see that does work. No popping. Okay, so that's in the humbucking. Okay, bridge in humbucking. Okay, and so you don't lose a magnet. It's not, the guy that I did this for definitely wanted this front magnet hot when it was in single coil so that it wouldn't be as bright close to the bridge. But you don't have, it doesn't do it that way. You still have a complete circuit here, and it's still humbucking. So even though I'm saying humbucking to not humbucking, it's still actually humbucking. It's just not the full sound of the pickup. So anyway, that's kind of cool. And then as far as the blenders, I'll show you. I can take it all the way down to nothing if you rotate the treble all the way out, the neck pickup or bridge pickup. Excuse me. Then you don't have to bring it in much to get it back, but you got mostly neck here. There, and you can do it either way. Of course, you could have the bridge up and decide to roll some of the neck out. Yeah, and then if you go, actually, that's one way to do it too. Is you can go full blast here, just like on a Gibson Les Paul setup, where you might set up your little lighter here on your neck, so you could be playing, and then. Full on. Quieter. If you really want to go quieter, you go even to the single coil, see? And back to there. So you have a lot of different sounds and adjustabilities. Single coil-ish to humbucker. Blending pots. Got the kill switch here if you don't want to mess up your adjustment. Just turn the guitar off while you set it down. Pretty cool. Anyway, these things, they say they're the best pickups on the planet. I don't know if I'd go that far, but they sound really good. Don't forget, I'm only playing this thing through a 35 watt solid state Yamaha amp that's 50 years old. That's been, I think the speaker's blown on it. So anyway, hey, that's it. The Squire Jazz Master with the JBE two-tone pickup modification and some wiring, definitely some wiring modification in there as well. And it's a mess of wires in there, I'll tell you. Sounds good. Thanks for watching, folks. You guys have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever it is. Take care. Bye.